Detroit is the greatest!
Straight up light you on fire for a Coney dog right now.
Stafford takes, throws, end zone, Calvin, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com. I'm Vinny Stubbs, sitting across from me is the King, Jason Jarvi. And next to me, to my left, is John Macaroon. Jason Jarvi, welcome back, my friend.
Man, you just rushed right into that. It was like there's no hello, hi, how you doing?
I don't know.
Man, you just rushed right into that. I feel a little...
Do you care how we're doing, at least?
How you guys been?
I've been great, thank you.
I'm getting ready for the holidays.
Oh, me too.
Have you done any Christmas shopping yet, Vinny?
Yes, I have. I'm not a...
You're not a last-minute shopper?
Yes, I am a last-minute shopper, and I'm not very happy.
Are you going to be out there on Christmas Eve?
Yes, I'm going to be, and I'm actually probably going to go today since it's raining. It's really grueling outside, and I got some gifts for some people this year, and I don't feel really good about it.
Do you have any kind of agreement with you and your lady?
With what?
For getting gifts?
No. It's no holds barred.
No holds barred.
Absolutely.
Were you with her last year? Did she get you anything? Were you with her last
year I got some stuff. Who cares? Come on, man. Let's not do this.
I want to know what you got. I'm kind of curious.
I got a necklace last year.
Ooh, necklace.
And I wrap it like 30 times.
Oh, you got her a necklace.
Yeah. Oh, no, she got me a necklace.
I was going to say.
No, I don't want no jewelry. Come on. That's buffoonery.
You're a bro. No necklace for you.
Gee.
Unless it's a gold chain.
Yeah.
Those Philly guys, I think they like gold chains.
Dude, I don't even want to talk about it.
Was the rumor true you were shopping at a jewelry store this last weekend?
No, hell no. Listen, shut up.
Do you know what size ringer? You know what size her finger is on the left hand there?
I got to be honest with you. She'll never get a ring from me. That's not going to happen.
Oh, no!
Thank you, Daniel.
Never say never, man.
I don't know about that.
You may wanna get hints and try and get that the size at some point. Yeah. Just in case.
I got a better chance of being put in a mental institution than marrying her.
You're a dick.
Thank you, Jason.
Well, I think it's time let's dive into some sports. We're talking it's Christmas and definitely happy holidays to everybody who's listening.
Oh my God, I can't believe it's about to be 2016. What the hell happened to my life?
I know we were very optimistic this year for the 2015, and we'll start with the Lions.
Speak for yourself.
I know you were down on them, but when we went through game by game, what did you had them like 9-7 or something?
The Lions
10-6, I think.
I had 10-6, but I told you I was.
Yeah,
nice.
You said 7-9 or 6-10. And unfortunately, that's how it actually played out.
Oh no, it's going to be much worse than that. It might be 4-12.
We were. I know me and John. We were optimistic, and they basically punched us in the face. Mm-hmm. And we're recording this on Monday. By the time this comes out, the Lions will have had their Monday night game against the Saints. And
thank God you said that because I didn't know how to say that.
Barring a miracle, I think the Saints are gonna lay a fat one.
Yeah.
On the Lions.
You never really know. There's so much parity in the NFL. And
talk about your Eagles. Your Eagles, they actually, as bad as they've looked, they have been okay.
I'm embarrassed. No, they're not okay. They look really bad. You don't lose 40-17 against a team that plays out west at home. And you know what's funny? NBC had a ticker that says seconds till next Eagles snap. And I text my brother. I said, NBC should have a ticker at the bottom of the screen that says seconds until Chip Kelly is fired. Okay, you guys don't get it.
I do get it.
Okay.
I just didn't laugh at it. I don't know. Maybe if we had the cricket sound, we could play that. But yeah, I mean, we're talking about the Lions. So let's say
we are.
They're probably going to lose the majority of the, they only have three games left.
Mm-hmm. And I got them going 5-11. I think they'll beat San Francisco. And I think they'll barely beat them.
So after that Rams loss, I definitely that was the thing that broke the back for me. That everybody's gone. After that Green Bay loss, they still were mathematically in it, but after the Rams game, there's no way. It's over. Jim Caldwell, everybody's going to be gone. So I think let's look ahead a little bit.
I'm trying to. I just don't see anything positive.
New GM, new coach. What's the first order of business when they get here, get to town? They had the press conference. They're standing next to Martha Firestone Ford.
Right.
I know she excites Sheldon White. I'm not sure if she's going to excite the other person as much.
I got it.
But what's the first order of business?
First of all, Martha Ford and the firm needs to get really serious here. This is serious business. They need to get a guy that is either an understudy of a great GM that's on a really good professional football team like the Green Bay Packers or the Seattle Seahawks, and they need to know what it takes to win, and they need to hire a head coach that is experienced winning, and they need to address their problems, which there's a lot. But as brutal as their offensive line is, I think it's just the scheme itself. I mean, you look at what Scott Linehan did just in 2013, that line was way scrubbier on paper, and they bought into a scheme, and they blocked effectively, dude.
And I think for whatever GM comes in, I agree that you have to have a winning mentality.
Yes, you do, and they're probably not going to address that.
And I think the only really wrong choice here is Sheldon White. He's the only guy that you could bring in, and that would be the wrong pick.
Or Xanders.
Oh, yeah. But anyone associated with the Lions beforehand.
I want everyone broomed out.
But as long as you bring in somebody else, I think you have to give them at least the benefit of the doubt for a year. You're not sure what they're going to do. But I think any of those GM choices, they're probably going to make a pretty good choice, at least in the beginning. We can talk a little bit more about what coach we might want to see come in. I know
somebody from the Arizona Cardinals, please.
Oh, I know there's some other names. I
wanted Bruce Arians so bad, Jarvi. Look at me. When the Lions went 4-12 and the Colts let Bruce Arians go, I go, there he is. There's Bruce Arians. Go get him. What'd they do? They kept Jim Schwartz.
Yeah.
And my life is still
You like
crumbling.
Jim Schwartz, though.
I like him better than Caldwell. They don't have an identity anymore.
Some of the names that have been thrown out that I actually like. I like Adam Gase. He's the offensive I think he's the offensive coordinator in Chicago right now.
I've heard that before, and I think he was a head coach. Was it the Chargers or the Raiders?
I don't think he hasn't been a head coach yet.
Really?
No. So that actually will get to my other guy, Adam Gase. Right now, he's been an offensive coordinator. He was in Denver, and then he followed John Fox to Chicago. He's helped Jay Cutler this year. Jay Cutler's actually been looking better. He'd be an interesting choice.
Isn't Adam Gase like a young man?
He is. He's young.
I don't want to touch that.
The other guy who's a young guy and he has experience winning, Josh McDaniels.
No.
That's who you were thinking of.
No, I don't want to touch him.
He was a head coach.
My friend said that last week. Look, you. Not only did he draft Tebow, but Brandon Marshall and Jay Cutler didn't want to play for him. Remember that? When they went, they were like 7-1, and then they fell apart and went like 8-8, and they were like, McDaniels had post-game conferences where Brandon Marshall would come on the set and hug him and stuff because there's so much tension and turmoil in the organization because of Josh McDaniels, and they kind of fell apart after that.
So I mean,
I don't want that in Detroit, Jason. We've had enough of this.
That was Josh McDaniels, though, when he was the youngest coach in the NFL. He went back to the Patriots. He won another Super Bowl. I think he's years wiser. I think he deserves another chance. Look at Bill Belichick.
It's fine.
Bill Belichick, he was with the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
And now
so is Jim Schwartz.
He went to the Patriots, and he's become the most successful coach.
You got to think,
arguably,
you got to think of this too, Jason. You think Josh McDaniels, if he does get a second shot, wants to come to Detroit? I mean, this is career suicide, dude. You get your second chance, you don't want to come to Detroit.
You never know, but I know some people will say that Detroit actually has a pretty good. It's a pretty good place to come.
I came here many a times.
They do have pieces. We're only a season away from being 11-5. We have a favorable schedule in the upcoming season. I mean, you can't say that for sure because with the parity in the NFL. Mm-hmm. But you get a new coach in here. I think one of the first things that they're going to have to decide though is what's the future of Matt Stafford and Calvin Johnson.
I think that Stafford's here long term, and I think they really need to move on from Calvin Johnson.
And those are the two guys who are eating up the most on your payroll. And you could cut them this year and save some money. You definitely have to eat a bunch of it as well. But what if you bring in a coach and he says Matt Stafford isn't the guy I want? I want to go try and draft somebody pretty much straight up, or maybe they try and get in the free agent battle to get a Kirk Cousins or. What about Robert Griffin? I know he's been horrible in Washington.
I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole.
But, I mean, what do you think? So you think Stafford is going to be here long term?
Yep.
John, what do you think?
I think that he's the best option long term. I had the thinking like you. I didn't think RG3. I threw out a question on Twitter at Detroit Podcast. I was thinking, you know what? Just watching Dallas and their struggles once Romo went down. If you're going to trade with someone, if you're going to trade Stafford, maybe you throw out, and I got blasted on Twitter. Everyone's like, Romo is a guy that's older, and he's one hit away from having his career be over.
It's kind of over.
But they missed the premise of my argument. I would say an option is Dallas needs a quarterback. You want to move on from Stafford, And Romo can be a guy that can be the quarterback that you can play for a year or two, train the quarterback you're going to draft in this upcoming class, whether it be Connor Cook or one of these other young quarterbacks in the lower rounds. You use Romo as a stopgap for a couple of years, and you're not going to probably have, you could have a little bit of success, but in the end, you could have a guy that could teach the younger guy who in 2 or 3 years, once we're ready to take that next step, you make that move. So
Listen.
I would look at Romo, but anyone else, I'm not sure. I think Stafford's going to be here. They're not going to do that, but I would say, Dallas needs a quarterback. Romo could be a guy that could be a stopgap.
I just don't think that's likely. You don't see a Stafford for Romo.
Listen, Jason, they're not going to get rid of Matt Stafford. You don't worry about it. Listen, this is what it is. The Lions have been inept for so long, and even at 4-9, they finally got a quarterback that can get you into the playoffs here and there. They're so bad up front in the front office and the ownership, they're afraid to move on from Matt Stafford because the guy not only sells tickets, but every now and then he'll get you into a wild card spot. So they're not going to move on from Matt Stafford. Maybe Kelvin Johnson.
And I think
I still doubt that.
whoever comes in here, they're still going to believe that this team could go to the playoffs. And that's probably why they're going to bring Matt Stafford back.
Right. I don't necessarily want Stafford gone. I kind of just wish that they would get a guy in there that can compete with his ass and light a fire under his ass, like I said before. Dan Orlowski's not going to do that.
That's what I would hope that the new GM and coach is going to do, is they're going to say, hey, we need to get somebody in here. Right. Maybe you go get, when take a look at the Bengals. They had Carson Palmer. He's a franchise quarterback. They went out and got Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is their future quarterback.
Right.
So you're saying though, if they were to get rid of Stafford, you think they just outright cut him instead of maybe trying to trade him, maybe not for another starting quarterback, but maybe for a first or second round pick? What do you think is his trade value at this point?
Probably a 4th round pick.
No, I'd say a second round pick, man. They're not going to trade him.
I'm not saying they are. I'm saying, what would his value be if they did shop him? What do you think it'd be?
A second round pick and a handful of players. The guy adds a lot of value to the team.
I don't think a team is going to give up a second round pick, especially for the money
if you put Matt Stafford on a good team with a good offensive line and a good scheme and let him sling the ball around. Put Stafford on Green Bay. What's their record?
Good.
They're 9-4, I think. 8-5. Damn it, dude! There's 2 games left. My mind's scattered. They would probably have the same record with Stafford at quarterback. I'm not just saying that. I really believe that.
Teams don't trade second round picks unless the Dallas situation that we had a few years ago.
If you're Buffalo, would you? Or if you're Cleveland, would you?
They probably wouldn't. The Dallas situation was an anomaly where we fleeced them for a bunch of draft picks for Roy Williams. Right now, the most we can probably get for Stafford, we could probably get a couple low round picks. We're not getting a second round pick or a first round pick.
I wouldn't trade him.
I think he has that type of value, but it's just not. People aren't going to trade those kind of picks. They'd rather they'd rather invest in the future than invest in a guy that they already know what he's going to do.
And answer your question, Green Bay's 10-4.
Are they really
10-4?
They started off the season 6-0 though, so they're what 4-4 in the last 8 games. What the hell was I going to say before you rudely interrupted my thinking? Even though I wasn't talking, I said thinking.
Something about how Stafford he could win on another team.
Dude, the guy's a gunslinger. He's on a terrible he's on a horrible. He's the worst organization in all of sports besides the Philadelphia 76ers. The problem is with Stafford is I think he's lionized, and I think he kind of quit. So you might kind of want to look into getting rid of the guy.
I think he does have the same type of he has the same kind of path as Carson Palmer. He was on the Bengals. You could say he was Bengalized, and then he got traded. He went to the Oakland Raiders. It was a bad situation. But now he's on the Cardinals, where it's a perfect situation for him, and they're going to be contending for they're going to be in the contention for the Super Bowl this year.
Right. I think Stafford can flourish on another team. Yeah, I mean, Drew Brees is getting old. I mean, you put him on the Saints, he can sling the ball around, man.
So
I want Stafford to stay here, but I want him to get his shit together, flat out.
Let's go to the other big name guy, Calvin Johnson. What do you think about him? You think he's gone?
They got to get rid of him. They got to move on from him. He missed 5 games last year, and Stafford looked really good without him. They're using Golden Tate, and they're throwing at the slot receivers. The screen passes were more effective. I think when Calvin Johnson's in there, he's really literally just thinking about getting the ball to Calvin Johnson the entire time, and it rattles him.
As much as I love Calvin Johnson, he's been amazing for years.
The guy's the best player I've ever seen in my life.
We have to kind of move on from. We wasted Barry Sanders. And we owe it to Calvin Johnson to get him on a better team.
And they should have did it this year at the deadline.
It would be mutual because the Lions, they wouldn't have to eat up his entire contract? Because isn't he making like close to $20 million as a wide receiver?
I don't know. I heard if they get rid of him during the offseason, they eat like $5 million on the cap or something. I have no idea. I hate statistics and I hate numbers.
So, I mean, most likely, both of these guys are going to be back next year, though.
Do you think Calvin Johnson's coming back? I think at the firm, dude, the firm. I sound like a total asshole.
So I think Stafford, he's definitely going to be back because I don't think that they're going to move on from him yet.
I don't know what to say.
We're still going to have him for at least another year, maybe 2, because they're going to be in that transition period. And as much as I think it would be smart to move Calvin Johnson, I'm just not sure where we would be able to move him. Mm-hmm. I mean, would the Patriots actually look for them? They haven't been known to pay for top-notch players.
They got Randy Moss.
Yeah,
and Tom Brady doesn't have that much left to go. He's still getting it done. So
when Randy
would that
Moss,
be a nice treat for
when
Tom
Randy
Brady?
Moss went to the Patriots, though, didn't they got him like for like a 7th round pick? Randy Moss was essentially he was done for his career because he was horrible on the Oakland Raiders, and then he went to the Patriots and completely rejuvenated his career.
He was even better in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, totally.
All right, let me give you the facts here. Because of the prorated, his annual salary is around $16 million. He prorated $8 million, so his cap hit is going to be $24 million. If you were to let him go after this season, you would save $11 million on the cap. This is courtesy of overthecap.com.
See, $11 million. My second guess was right.
So
thank you, Saccharoon.
I think Stafford, he probably stays. Calvin Johnson is the guy that we would more than likely let go.
It's not due to talent. He can be serviceable. It's just due to that. You can't have a $24 million guy on your roster.
And I think this league is becoming more, it's pass heavy, and you can find wide receivers in the draft anywhere. You know, the Packers are able to do it. Why wouldn't the Lions be able to do it? You find random people. You know, Stephon Diggs on Minnesota, he was a random guy from Maryland.
Is he still getting the job done?
He is. I think he had 2 touchdowns yesterday.
Oh, really?
He had a dry spell, but
they're just like the Lions.
You know,
They'll have one good year and not do anything.
We have Golden Tate, and we should be able to find something else. You know, you could probably get Aaron Burbridge in the 3rd or 4th round this draft, and he would probably be serviceable as a number 2 or number 3.
I like him.
After that, you know, what are some other players that you'd want to give it another chance to? You know, on this team, right? The top of the mind guy for me is Amir Abdullah.
Right.
You know, he's in his rookie season. We expected a lot out of him after his preseason game, and he really just hasn't got the shot. It's been the Theo Riddick show.
I think he's a kick returner, dude. I think he's Mel Gray 2.0.
Is he better than Duke Johnson? I mean, we all saw what he did last night. We all saw what he did on Sunday night.
It's David Johnson.
It's David Johnson. Who was Duke Johnson?
Duke Johnson and the Browns.
Yeah.
I remember Duke.
He might be similar to Duke Johnson. David Johnson is more of it. That was a ridiculous run.
Kind of reminds me of Harry Johnson.
I just don't think Amir Abdullah's gotten that kind of shot yet. He hasn't been given consistent carries enough.
They gave him a shot against Arizona, and you see what he did.
Well, they need to go a full season with him, though.
Mm-hmm. They need to turn the ball over a lot, Jason.
They need to give him more help.
He's a kick returner.
We have Laken Tomlinson and Adrian Waddle, who are horrible.
My God.
So
they need some serious
He's
work.
one guy, and I think consensus is a guy that we're not giving another shot to, Eric Ebron.
No.
Are you done with him?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I think you're going to... I know this comes out Tuesday. As bad as he's been... Oh, my God.
You're willing to give him another chance?
You don't have a choice. I mean, Brandon Pettigrew is trash, dude. And Tim Wright's not coming back, is he? I think that was a 1-year deal. Listen, Ebron did really good against Philadelphia. I don't know. You can't move on. How many years have they got him for? Is he under contract with us past this year?
Probably. He probably has like 2 more years.
He's coming back, man. You have no shot. You have no chance of getting rid of Eric Ebron. He's here to stay for the next couple of years, too.
Do you think, though, that he can actually turn it around and become one of the top tight ends in the league?
Dude, catching the ball on 3rd and 2 and running out of bounds before you hit the sticks and you have no one there to tackle you, I don't know. Remember that against Arizona? He caught the ball on like 3rd and 5, could have got the first down and ran out of bounds. I mean, that is total Lion football. He can't block worth a shit, and he's very inconsistent catching the ball. He's a perfect Detroit Lion, dude.
So he's a lower tier tight end in the league.
He's terrible.
He's not good. He's a failure of his pick. I think that's
10 overall. Yes, absolutely. The guy's a 4th round draft pick. They're comparing him to Vernon Davis and Jimmy Graham. I don't see anything. He looks more like Rob Gronkowski's brother, Dan Gronkowski that
some
played for the
random
Lions.
Gronkowski.
Yeah, he reminds me of like John Macaroon.
Gronkowski is coming out in the draft, actually. As a fullback.
Krowski.
And then I think there are a few players that are surprising us this year.
Eric Ebron can get it together.
There are a few players that are surprising us this year that I'm actually looking forward to next year.
Eric Ebron,
And
you scumbag.
it's something that we haven't really had much in a while, and that's our secondary. Going into this year, I think that was a huge question. Darius Slay, Rasheed Mathis, was Hedebo going to come back? We know Glover Quinn's good.
Right.
And
I
think
love Glover Quinn.
I think going into next year, I think that's probably our safest area. You're gonna have Glover Quinn. He's gonna be 30. We're probably not gonna have a Hedebo, but I think Issa Abdul Quddus he's looked pretty solid.
Besides that game against Green Bay, continue.
Darius Slay, Quandre Diggs, the rookie this year. I think he's really shown in the past couple of weeks that he deserves to. He could probably take over for that spot over from Rasheed Mathis, or at least he's a nickelback.
I'm so tired of talking about the same shit.
You tweeted out yesterday on your Twitter page you were watching football and you felt like a wave of anger come over you because of the playoff situation. What was going on with you?
I don't know. They just showed the playoff race, and we're not in it. They're 4-9 again. I mean, dude, we talk about the same thing every single year. I mean, this shit has got to stop. How many episodes have we done? This is the 43rd?
43. About 40 of them have just been like complaining.
It's the same thing. They don't get it.
But you're happy
There's
with
bright spots. They can't put it together, man. The bad outweighs the good in a mega way, dude. Unbelievable. It's the same shit. They're 4-9. They're going to lose tonight against New Orleans. And you know what we're going to do next week? We're going to look for the bright spots in that game. Dude, there really isn't. I want everyone broomed out now. Broom them the hell out. And I don't even want to talk about it anymore until they do broom out. What the hell is Jerry Mallory doing tomorrow? He's going to talk about how good the Lions looked in that loss?
He'll break down the game.
That guy offends me, man. I don't know why. The guy really just irks me. I'm sorry. He does. The guy...
Let me go take a load off.
You need your head examined, dude. I mean, seriously, I think you're on acid.
Why do you say that? Too positive?
It's too positive for me. It drives me insane.
Mm-hmm.
They're 4-9. Stop it. They're 4-10.
So then realistically, give me kind of a 3 or 4 game span. Within 3 or 4 games, realistically, what do you think they could do next year? They have a new coach. They have a new GM.
It depends on who they bring in, Jason, man. I don't know. They can go 10-6. They can go 4-12. I want a guy with experience, and I want a head coach with experience. I want an offensive coordinator with experience. I want a defensive coordinator with experience. But I want everybody to have experience, and I want winning, and I want them to be feared. I want them to have a personality. I want them to be dirty like they were with Schwartz. They don't even have a personality. Now they're 4-9. I mean, they look like the 2006 Lions with John Kitna. I mean, this shit has got to stop, man.
But you
pay Matt Stafford all this money, and you're 4-9.
You do think they have the possibility, though, to go 10-6 and be a wild card team?
Yes.
So I
oh
think
my God, I sound sicker than Jerry.
That's all that we can ask for right now, though.
Jerry.
So
what?
I think that kind of wraps it up for Lions talk.
Hold on.
You got more? You need to get something off your chest?
I just want Kelvin Johnson to go.
You need to take a load off?
No, I'm fine. Forget it.
Are you sure?
I want Tate.
Let me go take a load off.
Oh my God. The load is off. I don't even know what else to say anymore. Damn it. Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com.
Doc here for FanaticU.com, Detroit Sports official outfitter and the official outfitter of the Detroit Sports Podcast Network. This month, any purchase at all that you make at FanaticU.com, if you enter that promo code DSP, that's promo code DSP at checkout, not only will you save 15% off your entire order, you'll be entered to win a $100 gift card. Our friends at Fanatic U love Detroit sports. They love the fans. They love the followers of the Detroit Sports Podcast Network, and they've kicked in a $100 gift card for anybody at all that shops online at FanaticU.com. Wide selection of great gear for Detroit Red Wings. The Signature Series is coming up. Outdoor games, lots of great important games for the Red Wings, and so you can get your Dylan Larkin gear. You can get the Signature Stadium gear at FanaticU.com. The widest selection of Detroit sports gear. It's a great place, Jason and Vinny. I go there all the time. I've started to get my shopping in order, get the things that, the crew wants, and the only place I go to, FanaticU.com. And when you check out, save money. Don't pay full price. Use the, I think it's called a coupon code, promo code. Enter in DSP. You'll save 15% off your entire order, even sale items. FanaticU.com, Detroit Sports official outfitter. And now back to Jarvi and Stubbs on the Motor City Sports Rant.
Yes, absolutely. Just waiting for Patrick Swayze to come in here and just beat the hell out of everybody in the room. The Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com. The Lions are 25th in the power rankings, but it has nothing to do with the 8th seed, 16-12 Detroit Pistons, Jason the King Jarvi.
Did you even know what song that was?
I guarantee you it's from the 80s.
It's a Dragon Ball Z theme.
Is it really?
It is.
Oh, I love the Dragon Ball.
You do love Dragon Balls.
I just watched the American version on Cartoon Network. I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z in a long time.
Was it the Frieza battle?
That's my favorite one, besides the Ginyu Force. Ginyu and Frieza. What is that? What are you doing over here?
He was just pointing at me.
John fondling around with the ones.
Did you say Pistons? You said Pistons, right?
Yeah, they're 16-12. They go against the Miami Heat tonight in a battle. You can listen to it right here on Detroit Sports 105. What?
You can listen to that. Jay Chapman will host that.
I like that guy. So, listen, the Pistons, 8th seed, 16-12. They look good. They're beating Eastern Conference teams. Their defense looks absolutely brutal. Reggie Jackson, from what I've seen in the guy, he's having an all-star year. He's averaging like 20.5 points per game. I don't know if he's going to live up to the 5 years, $80 million deal. But, dude, this year he's doing really good. The defense is lacking. And I seen the game against Chicago. He had the ball in his hand on the last possession of each overtime game, and he could not get it in the basket. I saw that.
I tweeted out. It said eventually he'll make one of those. And yeah, to go to what you were saying, right now they're 13th in points per game at 101.8. They're tied with Cleveland, but Cleveland is only giving up 90 points, whereas Pistons are giving up 100 points per game.
Dude, that's not good.
It's not good. They're close to the tops in rebounding. They just need to get better through the bench. I think their top line, you get Reggie Jackson, Caldwell Pope, Ilyasova, Drummond, and Marcus Morris. I think those are five solid spots right there.
Oh, and Brandon Jennings got recalled back up from Grand Rapids.
And that's another. He's coming up.
Achilles is doing fine.
He'll be playing soon, and I think he's going to be a big key to this team going forward.
Right.
He looked good in his rehab stint.
Yeah.
With the Grand Rapids drive.
Did you listen to my podcast last week?
I did not.
They're talking about trading Brandon Jennings to the New York Knicks for a guy that averages 5.5 points per game. His name's Urian Grant, and he's a rookie. I don't think that would be a good idea.
What position does he play?
Yeah, I think he's a point guard. You know what? I was thinking about it. I think maybe Brandon Jennings does not want to be the sixth man. And I think there's some stuff going on that we don't know about. And he's coming back, and I think behind closed doors he secretly wants to be traded.
That's possible. I know from everything that you see in the media though is that he's willing to do whatever, and that he's going to play for a spot.
Right.
He's not just going to sit. He's not going to sit back and be fine being the sixth man, but I don't think a guy like him should just sit back and accept the sixth man role. He should want to be a starter, and I really think it could work out for Reggie Jackson, Brandon Jennings. You could even see them on the floor at both times. Have Jennings and Jackson out
both
there.
Some serious ball hoggers. So I don't know.
Look at what the Warriors have done. They went small in the finals, and they beat the Cavs, who are essentially built to win championships.
Right.
And I think it could work. But what are you gonna say?
Jennings last year played 41 games, 15.4 points per game, 6.5 assists. I'm sorry. Jackson now 20.5 points per game with 6.5 assists. So I'm sticking with Jackson. So if Jennings doesn't want to come off the bench, then trade his ass.
Definitely.
I'm sorry, I've had it.
Jackson is the guy that they tied their wagon to, and it really will come down to if Jennings wants it to be here and buys into what Stan Van Gundy is trying to do. Because even though Reggie Jackson he's the guy that they're going with,
right? He's
not the main guy. Andre Drummond's the main guy.
Absolutely,
he's averaging the double right now.
Dude, he's incredible. And another thing, Reggie Jackson needs to slow the game down. Chauncey Billups would take the ball, and he would, after like a steal or a breakaway, he would run back, and then he'd go back behind the 3-point line. And he would control the game. He would slow down. He would control the tempo. I'm sorry. I don't see that from Reggie Jackson. I see ball hogging, and I see he's just too damn speedy. He needs to slow the hell down and get his act together. I mean, I love Stan's tan undies, but this defense isn't exactly the 85 Bears.
They need to. It's part of their growth, though. They need to do that. That's. I think Caldwell Pope has been solid defensively.
Over Jason, what?
I think Caldwell Pope, he's been pretty solid defensively, but he needs to get it going shooting wise. He hasn't been doing anything.
He'll be fine. I like Contavious Caldwell, baby.
I do too.
It sounds like, Vinny, you're talking about a team that hasn't won 7 of their last 10 games. They're playing pretty good.
I
and
understand.
you're
Yeah, the
nitpicking.
Pistons are known for their defense, man, when they're relevant. They're 16-12, they're the 8th seed, but I don't see any defense on it. Come on.
Why
I
do they
like
have to
Stan
be a
Van
team
Gundy,
that's
but
known for their defense? Why can't they be known for their offense?
the Orlando Magic never won a championship that way, did they?
Well, take a look at the Warriors. They're averaging like 116, and they're giving up like 103. They're giving up more than the Pistons.
Every time the Pistons win a championship, they got a great defense. I'm just convinced that the defense is just going away completely out of the NBA.
Yeah.
You don't like it?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, defense is going out of the way, but it's also you're also seeing all the hard hits and all the checking that you would see in the days of the bad boys. You don't see guys wouldn't be trolling around the middle of the trying to drive into the basket because Bill Laimbeer would give him an elbow to the face.
Everybody's more concerned with looking hot than actually winning a game.
I know that's the main story that we hear about LeBron James is that he's wearing shorter shorts now.
Dude, his hairline doesn't make up for that. So stop it. Listen, LeBron, if you can hear me right now, which you can on Stitcher, Podbay, and all the other great platforms.
You know LeBron James is listening.
Listen, LeBron, your hairline is absolutely offensive, and I would like to see a picture of his short.
You guys haven't done
You're a witness to his hairline.
Witness.
You guys haven't done a lot of
Daisy
interviews
Dukes.
on the podcast. You want to go for the big one first? The first interview, Vinny
Shitness.
and LeBron James.
What?
I'm gonna try to book LeBron James on your podcast.
Dude, could you imagine me trying to interview him? I'd slur half my words and my ADD kick in.
Remember that time that
Dude, remember when you played the Raptors and you threw powder in the air and then you dunked the ball? That was really neat, dude.
That was awesome.
Can I see a picture of his Daisy Duke, seriously?
Remember that time that you played you took the Cavs on your back and beat the Pistons in the playoffs?
And destroyed my life because they've been irrelevant ever since, and I hate your guts. I forgot all about that.
That was
Piece of garbage, you.
horrible. But he's been horrible in the finals, and I think that's a payback, and I like that. I like bringing that up, that he's been horrible in the finals. But what are the keys that they need to keep going? Because right now they have 26 games until All-Star break, and then they'll have 28,
Holy hell, really?
28 games after that. So I think going forward, the biggest thing that they need to do, they need to stay healthy. Brandon Jennings coming back, he needs to be on the court and actually playing. You got to keep Reggie Jackson and Andre Drummond healthy.
Absolutely.
I really don't think they could stand losing any of their main guys.
Mm-hmm.
If you take Marcus Morris off of the starting lineup, I think that would be a huge thing. I mean, it's not just Andre Drummond and Reggie Jackson. Those starting 5 are your key pieces. Otherwise, you're going to who? Anthony Tolliver, Joel Anthony.
Oh my God, those guys are brutal. Every time I see them on the court, I'm like, oh, dude, cut them. I don't even know why. Just look at them. Get rid of them.
And I think that's because I want to say that they're actually recalling Bullock and Darren Hilliard as well.
Dude, the Pistons wore that silver and black uniform again, Jarvi.
I liked it.
I hate it. Get away from
silver and
that
dark blue.
immediately. It's disgusting.
Whatever.
It's dark blue?
Yeah.
I thought it was black.
No.
Another
Another thing, you're gonna have to find balance with the starters and the bench. You can't put out your number 2 guys and expect to basically need your starters in there the entire time. Am I right or what?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I don't know, Vinny. I'm surprised you guys are talking about the Pistons. I'm excited. I really feel like talking about this team. We're now talking about a team that's going to make the playoffs. I feel like our expectations are going up.
Breaks, dude.
See, I agree. I think I'm more excited now because I watched that great 4 overtime game, and I'm watching this team gel together. They're bonding together. I'm like, you know what? I like this team to make a run.
500 team with no defense. Relax.
I disagree. You need to get more excited. This Pistons team is.
I am
great.
excited. I love Stan Van Gundy and everything about him. I looked at his ass cheeks the other day when they were playing the Bulls, and they were just leaking through his khakis ever so gently, and I just wanted to caress his testicles with my tongue. And
Okay, so you talked about Jennings in the trade. Do you think? I don't think that's a trade that I would make. Is there any trade that you would actually want to make? Come trade deadline time.
dude, I have no idea. I don't know what Van Gundy's doing.
John?
I would not trade Brandon Jennings for Jerry Grant, whatever the hell his name is.
The reports are that they're not going to try to upgrade the bench, but that's the spot you would look at is to maybe, get that second unit a little bit more scoring punch. But, Marcus Morris has been a great addition to this team.
Absolutely.
He's a solid beast. And Andre Drummond, dude, just imagine. he could get better over the course of the next 5 years.
And hairier.
Yeah, he's going to be a solid addition. I like the team as is. I don't know what kind of moves they could make at the deadline, but I don't think they're going to make too many significant moves. I just think you pray for health and you go for it.
I
think
could try to trade Anthony Tolliver to Golden State for Steph Curry.
Maybe.
That would be really neat.
Throw in Brandon Jennings.
Get on it,
That's the deal.
SVG. You can do it.
I don't see them really making a trade, and I know the reports are saying that they aren't going to just make a lateral move.
Right.
Like they're competing right now, and the only move that they would make would be to something that would either, like you said, help their bench, give them a scoring punch, or would significantly improve the starting lineup. So then, do you think this team has what it takes to win a playoff series? I think they have what. I think we can agree that they have what it takes to at least make it into the playoffs. Because right now they're the 8th seed. I think they still have a lot of work to do the rest of the season. But do they have what it takes to win a 7-game series?
Not this year. Maybe next year.
I disagree 100%.
They're very young. But I don't know, man.
No, you've seen games like versus the Bulls. They compete. That's what you want to see towards the end of the season.
Can they win 4 out of 7?
I believe so, yeah.
I think it depends on who they get. If they sneak in and they have to play the Cavs in the first round, I think that's a tough series to win.
They're out in 5.
Just for pure basketball sake, you'd want to see them match up against the Bulls.
I just want to see them in the playoffs. God, they haven't been there since 2009.
But I mean, looking at the rest of the teams, though, the Indiana Pacers, I think we match up with them. The Miami Heat, they don't scare me. An aging Dwayne Wade and
we'll see tonight.
Hassan Whiteside. The Chicago Bulls.
Tonight's going to be Justice Winslow against Stanley Johnson. Stanley Johnson got his points per game up. He's 8.5, and Justice is still at 5.
So I mean, I could see the Pistons outside of the Cavaliers. We could compete in a playoff series and possibly win. I see them. I would probably go to 7 games.
With who?
With anybody besides the Cavaliers.
Oh, I don't know.
Pacers.
Pacers are trash.
The Heat.
They're old.
The Bulls.
I don't like them.
Raptors.
They're a dinosaur.
Hawks.
It's a new era.
Hawks and Hornets. So I think we could match up in a 7-game series with any one of those teams except the Cavs.
Right.
Because the Cavs, I think they'd probably bounce us in 5 or 6 games, if not sweep us.
So see, Vinny, you got to have a little hope. I think that we got a good chance to not only make the playoffs,
Dude,
advance.
I'm not being negative. They're on their way.
You're a little bit pessimistic.
They're not the Lions. I told you that they would win a playoff series before the Lions won 1 playoff game. You guys shunned me.
They definitely are going to have their shot this year.
You got it.
Dude, come on, pump the brakes. They're 40 games in. Take a deep breath. Actually, they're 28 games in. Take another deep breath. Exhale. Listen. Win more games, and we'll talk.
We'll give away free strategy to our opponents. All you got to do is hack a Drummond, and you got a chance.
Let's talk a little bit about the Detroit Red Wings now. They're 17-9-7 right now. They're currently 5th in the Eastern Conference. There's still so much hockey left to play. Montreal started out pretty hot, and with Carey Price out, they've allowed teams to catch up. So, I mean, where do you think the Red Wings are going to be going the rest of the season?
I thought that they weren't going to make the playoffs this year, but they're seeming to be proving me wrong. I don't like they scored a point just for going to a shootout against Vancouver.
It's been like that.
How long has that been like that?
For a few years.
Oh my God, they're rewarding failure. How disgusting. Shouldn't get a point for going to a shootout. Give me a damn break.
Yeah, the only thing that
How entitled is this country?
The only thing that I for sure know about this season is that Jimmy Howard still sucks at shootouts.
Dude, Jimmy Howard is terrible. And I didn't see anybody besides Larkin with any sense of urgency to score a damn point in that shootout. My God.
Jimmy Howard isn't horrible, but Peter Mrazek is clearly better. Like, if you look just at their stats, they're very similar. Outside of shootouts, which Howard, he essentially gives up a goal if you just walk in on him.
Right.
But this team, there's a lot of potential. Dylan Larkin has been amazing. I want to see more out of the free agent guys that we picked up. I think there's a lot of hype on Brad Richards and Mike Green. Mike Green hasn't really done a ton.
Not a ton, but recently they both had an uptick. Now remember, they both have kind of dealt with injuries early on in the season, and like you said, it's been early, but the Red Wings have played a better brand of hockey. Remember, you guys, I got to put a little bit of something in your guys' energy drinks. My goodness, they went 13 games in a row consecutively where they earned a point. Now, I know that some of the games they blew leads and they only earned the 1 point, but they've been playing well. They're still gelling, and remember, This is what's being done. You said 19, 7, and 6, or in that range?
19, yep.
So they've done this with a new head coach who's instilling his system in there.
Give him an A+.
And you got a superstar in Dylan Larkin. You got the Red Wings have a potential. You see a team like the Pistons, which is really nice to see. Two young up-and-coming teams that maybe not in 2015, but in the next couple years, if they make the right moves and take a couple steps, you're looking at teams that are going to gel together and they have young talent. And it's nice to see that now you got a superstar in the league in Dylan Larkin. He's must-watch in box office. So I've been loving the Red Wings.
Not must-watch. Dude, come on.
No, he's must-watch.
He's no Steve Yzerman, dude. Come on.
Dude, I think he leads the team in goals and plus-minus in the league. He's outstanding. Dude is 19 years old, and he's making a mark early on.
Relax.
I can't relax. I'm excited about the Red Wings. The only issue I see, though, the big mistake they're making is this whole platooning with the goaltending. They need to make a decision.
They need to get Mrazek
in the net. Let's go.
Just take the hit. You signed Jimmy Howard. You fumbled. Next, Jeff Blashill. You get an A- for me, and it will go to a plus.
That's pretty good. How do we get to the plus?
What do you mean?
You said right now they're at A-. How do they
their
get
asses
A+?
in the playoffs again?
It's
What would it be
gonna
like the
happen,
85th consecutive season?
Yes, sir.
My God, they're the best organization in the NHL.
I really think it's still just too early to really get too hyped about this team.
Look, dude,
One way or
wake me
the
up
other.
in the playoffs this year. My God.
Obviously, Dylan Larkin, there's hype on him, but let's talk in February.
Please,
see where this team
let's
is.
get off this topic.
I think that let's go to a break. When we come back, we got Lengther Girth.
Yes. Oh
we
my
got
God.
the picks. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have some laughs and maybe some crying.
Motor City Sports Rant, Detroit Sports Podcast. Again.
If you've enjoyed what you've been listening to over the last few minutes, Jarvi and Stubbs on the Motor City Sports Rant, the other shows on the Detroit Sports Podcast Network, then just give us a little bit of support. The free and easy way is to visit our website, DetroitSportsPodcast.com, the hub of our operation. You go there, you can click on to find affordable tickets. You can get great deals on other merchandise around town and memorabilia. DetroitSportsPodcast.com. Free and easy way. That's how we keep these mics hot. That's how we keep growing this network. Lots of great news that's happened over the course of the last week and last year with the addition of the Motor City Sports Rant, with the addition of Hindsight 20, the Fantasy Nerds. The network's done great things in 2015, and we thank you for all the support. And so for everyone out there that's listening for the first time, you visit DetroitSportsPodcast.com. You can click through the banner links, and that helps us to continue to do great things and also to give back to the great city of Detroit. DetroitSportsPodcast.com, the hub of our operation. We greatly appreciate all the support. And now back to Jarvi and Stubbs on the Motor City Sports Rant.
What is this? Motor City Sports Rant.
I like this.
Of course you do. DetroitSportsPodcast.com. The Lions ranked 25th in the NFL, and that has nothing to do with this next segment.
Because they're so good.
Oh, Jason the King Jarvi.
Real fast before you get to the next topic.
Shut up.
I was just trolling around on Twitter, and Darren Ravel tweeted out the price. What do you think the price right now in Washington is of a Robert Griffin III t-shirt or jersey?
It's free.
$10.
A little bit lower. $3. He just tweeted it out. You can get his stuff right now at the store for $3. That's the guy you want to bring in here. Oh man, his stock is fallen. Unbelievable.
They're really going to regret that when he lights it up in the CFL.
But let's hit it. Actually, I know I had the music here somewhere. Let me find it. Where can people find you, Vinny Stubbs?
What do you mean?
On the social medias.
Oh, you just go on Twitter at Vinny Stubbs, VINNYSTUBBS at Twitter.
And you can find me on Twitter at Jarvi the King.
You can tweet us at Detroit Podcast for the whole network.
And you can find John Macaroon on Grindr.
He loves that place.
That's Grindr with a G.com. It's time.
It is time.
For length or girth. Question number 1. Jason the King Jarvi, Bruce Rendon is staying out of trouble, and he's being early to the winter baseball gameage in Venezuela. I don't know why the hell that matters, but the dude was really lazy here, and he was sent home early, and he's been fighting, and the list goes on and on and on. Length or girth, Bruce Rendon staying out of trouble, and will it translate to the Detroit Tigers in the spring? Length or girth?
Girth. I'm not sure. He may stay out of trouble, but I don't think it'll translate to the Tigers. I think he's a guy. We gave too much time to Joel Zamaya, and I think Bruce Rendon is Zumaya Part 2. Get rid of him. We don't need him.
The guy's a head case. He's a bust, and his arm is one throw away from completely falling off. And I think when it falls off, his leg might actually fall off. That's how bad his arm is. That has nothing to do with question number 2, and that is the Pistons are beating Eastern Conference foes. You do that one.
You were surprised about that?
You want to say hose? They're beating the Eastern Conference hose.
We're not reading it. We're keeping that in
The
there.
Pistons are beating teams with an above 500 record and beating their ass and scoring over 100 points, even though they're giving up 100 points plus. Length of girth, the Pistons beating Eastern Conference teams with a winning record. Length or
I'll probably say girth, just because I think that's what it's going to be. They've been really, really good. I think it's going to even out. They're, like you've been saying, they're close to a 500 team, and I think it'll probably even out. I don't think it's a bad thing, though.
Stan has got to be the hottest head coach in the NBA. And I'm not talking about his winning.
I think you are.
Give me length. Give me girth, too. I don't know. It's going to be somewhere in the middle. The Pistons get in the playoffs and beat somebody. Detroit. All right, question number 3. Kelly Stafford. She just continues to post nonsense on socialist media. Question number 3. Jason the King Jarvi. Kelly Stafford. Blowing me. I mean, posting silly nonsense on social media. Length of girth.
I'm going to go length. It's not going to stop anytime soon for either of those things, but she's horrible. I can't believe Matt Stafford hasn't sat down and be like, hey, stop doing this.
If he can't lead a team, how's he going to lead his old lady? He's got more balls than
in
he
the
does.
end, though, guys, I think he likes it because he's so laid back. Like in the media, he's so PC. He's so like giving doesn't want to ruffle feathers. Says whatever he's got to say. He's such a corporate guy that I don't think I think he likes the fact that his woman is just out there defending him, stirring it up. You know, she's a firecracker. And I think he likes it. Personally, yeah, I don't like it. I hate seeing it, but I think he likes it.
I would be so pissed. Be like, oh, come on.
A quarterback in the NFL is a corporate guy. Come on, John Harbaugh, get fired and come to Detroit. Please. That'll do it for length. All right.
Kelly Stafford, she's horrible, right?
Oh, she's so hot, dude. I don't even care.
Yes, she is.
I would love to hang out with her and all her friends and just
I have
sit
seen
there and
some of her
watch.
pictures, and they're not that bad.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
John, would you like to hang out with Kelly Stafford? Kelly B. Stafford?
I would like to hang out with the crew and have a good time with them. But they do kind of like hoity-toity things, cooking and all that kind of stuff. I'm not into all that kind of stuff. I don't they do hang out the bars a little bit. They do, her page is cool. But, man, she gets a lot of hate. I can see why she's so mad. Everything that she posts, she gets a lot of hate. And she's tired of it. But I just say if you don't understand the social media game here in Detroit, then you got to, let it go.
Listen, Kelly, Stafford makes $24 million a year, and I probably make $24 a week. But I would just give you just a jolly old time. It's time for the Week 16 picks. Jason the King Jarvi. Oh, my God. The Eagles are going to get me put in a mental institution. I'm sick and tired of it. Kirk Cousins travels to Lincoln Financial Field to take on... Shoot me in the face, dude. The Philadelphia Eagles, who are favored by 4, over under at 47.5.
They're favored by 4?
Philly's favored by 4. I don't know how.
Ooh, give me the Redskins. And
really?
Give me the under.
Sackaroo.
I agree, 100%. Redskins in the under.
Me too. Oh, dude.
So we all picked Redskins in the under?
Redskins in the under.
I hate Philadelphia, dude. Just contract them out of the league. Game number 2, Eli Manning travels to Minnesota to take on Teddy Bridgewater. Oh, my God. He had the best, rating in Minnesota Vikings history? Who cares? He looks like a black version of Rocky Dennis. Minnesota's favored by 4 with the over-under at 45. King.
Give me Minnesota because the Giants are probably not going to have Odell Beckham for this game.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
You called it.
You're at 45.
Give me Minnesota and give me the over.
Give me Minnesota and the under. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. And that I can't believe Odell Beckham acted that way last week.
Give me the Giants and give me the over. They played their best football in December. Never count them out. They're going to the playoffs. Oh, Kirk Cousins, he's not going to get it done. And, dude, Sam Bradford. Dude, please go to the Arena Football League. I can't stand looking at you anymore. Is he missing a chromosome or am I high on peyote?
Yes.
Oh, game number 3, Carolina Panthers 2. My God, are they going to go 19-0? I hope not. Travel to The Georgia Dome to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Carolina's favored by 6.5 at the over-under at 46.
Give me Carolina and give me the over. They may shut them out again.
Yeah. I agree with Jarvi, man. Carolina's on a roll. They're playing great. Great brand of football. Carolina and the over.
Carolina, they just gave up 28 straight points to the Giants. I mean, it was in the Meadowlands, but they still did it. Or MetLife, whatever the hell you want to call it. I think Atlanta covers the spread, but they lose. And give me the under. Game number 4. Aaron Rodgers. I mean, are they sandbagging or are they really this bad? Mike McCarthy's calling the plays. They look dismal at times. But, they just beat Oakland. I don't even know if they covered the spread. I'm pretty sure they did. Anyway, they traveled to Arizona, dude. And Bruce Arians, if I ever seen you, I'd probably just give you a high five. But then I look back at your ass cheeks. Arizona's favored by 4, with the over-under at 49.
Give me Arizona. Give me the over.
They already clinched.
I don't care.
I don't think Carson Palmer's even starting.
Give me Green Bay. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to want something to prove. He's lost a couple games, versus good teams. So give me Aaron Rodgers and the over.
You said you wanted the over?
Yep.
Jason.
Yes, I said the over.
Okay, give me Green Bay and the under. I think Arizona's done winning for the year. Maybe not. Dude, Green Bay, get your act together. Come on. Someone's got to compete with Carolina. And Seattle is really, really under the radar.
They've come on lately, especially with no Marshawn Lynch and then no Thomas Rawls.
Dude, do not count them out.
Russell Wilson actually looks like a quarterback.
Yes, he does. Game of the week. Blaine Gabbert travels all the way just south of Windsor to take on the Detroit Lions, who are favored by 8.5. This is subject to change. But for right now, the Lions are favored by 8.5. What the hell? Over under at 40.5. Jason the King, Jarvi did.
Give me the 49ers to cover.
40.5.
Give me the under.
Yeah, give me the 49ers and the under. I think that after the Lions, we'll see what happens versus New Orleans. I just think that they're playing out the string. So give me the San Francisco 49ers. It's going to be a close game. It might end up being a 6-3 kind of football game.
Listen, Ziggy Ansah could be the first Lion to lead the league in sacks. I just figured I'd throw that out there. It has nothing to do with the game. Give me San Francisco to at least cover, and give me the over. Detroit can track them out of the league.
This is bad.
It's pretty brutal, Adam Day.
Great stuff, fellas.
That was the Week 16 picks.
All right, guys. The network loves your addition to this podcast network.
Shut up.
You've done a year of podcasting with us. I can't believe it.
Oh, my
43
God,
episodes.
I still suck balls.
You still suck, dude.
It's a lot better than the first episode.
I don't know, dude. I think I'm
Actually,
I'm
the first,
digressing.
maybe the second episode.
I'm regressing. I'm sorry. See what I mean?
Well,
oh, my God.
What's the new year going to bring for this podcast? Are we going to have to wild it up a little bit?
More Lions talk.
I'm going to get additional mic for you, Vinny.
Dude, less drink. What do you mean?
I got an additional mic coming to the studio next week.
Why?
Because now we got 3. Maybe we'll get 4, 5. Have a cavalcade of guests.
Mm-hmm.
You have a good holiday, fellas? Any plans specifically?
Nothing major.
No, I'm
Hang
probably
out
just
with the
going
family.
to go drive to Kelly Stafford's house.
You try to apologize to her?
For what?
For your comments on this 43rd episode?
What'd I say?
You said you wanted to do some things that Mr. Stafford would not take too kindly to.
Oh, God.
Oh, you fellas.
Oh, what was I going to say? No, it probably wasn't that important anyway.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Oh, yeah, we're not doing a podcast next week, are we?
Probably not.
Oh, I wish I would have done better on this one.
We do want to thank, of course, Detroit Sports Nation for hosting all the podcasts on the Detroit Sports Podcast Network, and for just being a great all-around Detroit sports news hub.
Yeah, you got to check them guys out. Check those guys out.
Yeah, happy holidays to everybody, and we'll see you in the new year.
Oh, my God. Hopefully it's better than this one. Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com.
Okay, nice idiot. You. Bye-bye.
Good day, sir. I said good day.
All right. Take care now. Bye-bye then.
Loser.